year impact of it. So we really took a hit when you did our comps, 08 over 09 over 08, because we had a great 10 months in 2008. So I looked really silly in 2009 for a while. People still may say I made it look still silly, but I don't think so. So we lost about 15% of top line, and we were closing north of $11 billion at the time. So think about it, over $1 billion goes away like that. Boom. Some of it's structural, some of it's not. Companies started to not brand themselves, so they didn't want to compete. Automobile companies, the great thing we love about the automobile industry right now is they're starting to compete against each other. Ford is starting to advertise again. 2009, no one was advertising. Financial services companies weren't going ahead and soliciting new customers, so they stopped their mailings. Again, now they're back out there trying to go at it. So there's opportunities again where not electronic substitution was hurting us, but the fact is that people put their own handcuffs on spending money. The states, I think all the states right now in the United States are in a budget deficit. There was one, I do think South Dakota wasn't, but I think now it is. Well, how does that impact us? We print textbooks, which I know you love, but we're one of the main printer of textbooks. With the state budget deficits taking place, the states aren't spending any money. So they're not allowing the curriculum to be, new adoptions to take place. Texas did literature this year, Florida did math for K through 12. That's a big impact on us. And at some point in time, that's going to come back. Whether you go electronic or not, at some point, the state's going to have to put money back into the textbooks, into education. Education is still something that I think both everyone in this particular country should be able to agree on. Maybe not healthcare, but education we should all be able to agree on. When you think about the environment, I'm with any mail that goes out that says dear recipient, shouldn't go out anymore. And we're trying to police our own industry to say, look, this doesn't make any sense. Either don't send it out or spend the money to send it out the right way. Telephone books, if you notice, they've gotten smaller and they're becoming, what I'll say, more companion-like. If you're getting married, if you've got you'll find the bridal register in there. You'll find the bands. You'll find the catering halls. And then you can take that book because of what you went online to go ahead and do. Now, because of our technology, we can print you out a 8x10, AT&T, whatever it is. Have it personalized, have your name on it, and then you have everything in your local area that goes to that subject. So that's a way. The big books, the white pages, eventually, there's a number of groups that want to do away with those. The telephone companies probably would love to do away with them because it just costs them money. They want the advertising. And when you think about AT&T, when you think about a graduate from this school, Ivan Seidenberg who runs Verizon, they sold off their telephone directory business. Still a business that's around. How much longer it's going to be around? Yeah, probably 5-10 years it will take a completely different hold. But from an environmental standpoint, understand we use recycled paper. We're regulated by the governments across the globe, so that's already in place. The fallacy that's out there is that that all the servers and everything that you use doesn't take any energy. Okay, I guarantee you, if we stop printing things, the amount of energy that will be used will be much, much greater than what it is now. We've got a disposable product. You disagree with me on a lot of things, but our product is disposable. It's tougher to dispose of some laptops, cell phones, Blackberries right now. They've got to figure that out. So there's a middle ground where I'm hoping from an environmental standpoint we all can get together on. It's not right to say this way, and it's not right to say this, it's got to be this way. There's a middle ground here that we got to get to, and our industry has to do a better job of that. We're pushing for that as well. So, again, just another obstacle or roadblock that we've got to go through to figure out in order to go ahead and continue to serve customers.
My name is Hiran Prajapati, and I'm a junior. and I just have a question about the printing industry in general. What does the future hold for traditional and offset printing? Because more and more printing companies are using digital print technology nowadays.
Digital print, again, basically, we had a nice lunch today. At digital print, we can print one. So the professors that are here, they want to create a new textbook. Man, it's a lot of work, and I don't know if you want to do that every year, but if you want to, we can go ahead and print 30 copies out. That never used to be the case. And digital is defined in 25 different ways by 25 different people. So offset digital, where's the price point? And where's the run lengths? We can go from 1 to a couple of million in a print run. You're going to use different equipment because of that. The digital equipment, the Xeroxes, the HP, the Canons, the Ricos, we've got all equipment that's going to run faster, take up less waste, and be more efficient. So as a result of that, again, content is going to be shared in different ways. So digital we see growing more. Electronic books. How many people here read books electronically? Okay. Again, I don't know if you get tired of me or what, but that's not a lot, which is good for me, because I know you're reading. But a big smile on my face there. But that's where, again, when you think about that, that's a small subset of the book market right now. It's a couple of percentage points. It's estimated that it's going to grow to 15-20% in 5 to 10 years. That's a bigger number, and that's something to be concerned about. But right now, that's a small piece, very small piece. But again, all the publishers want to be there. You see what Amazon's doing, $9.95 a book. If you're a writer, right now, you're watching your W-2 go down and down and down. And again, is that fair? All the content that you're creating now, I can get for basically no cost. What are you going to get out of it? Zero. So that's an interesting play too. Don't forget, I mean, you look at the music industry, and I know that was a great example, and that's the first one for all of us. You can get any song you want now for free. What does that do to the people that are coming up, the bands that are coming up? Bruce Springsteen was around when I was your age, and he's still around. He's still selling out stadiums. Bon Jovi, U2. Granted, there are a couple other groups out there that I don't know about. I'm sure there are, but there's not a lot of new talent that's filling up stadiums right now. It's still sort of people in their 50s and 60s are the ones that, and it's not because we have buying power. When I was your age, you did whatever you could to go see somebody play. But what has that done? What has technology done to the music industry? What is it going to do to the content that we learn, that we read, that we get enjoyment out? Not sure. I mean, it's still uncertain whether or not you'll still have somebody who aspires to do that. If they don't, hopefully they're aspiring to do something else in the arts. But again, offset digital. Digital is going to become a bigger player. Technology is going to change. Presses that used to be the size of football fields, running things. Now I can fit in this room and run whatever I want to run, and with a lot less people doing it at the same time. Yes, sir.
You said in your presentation that our generation today is competing against the world. And how would you say we should market ourselves to climb the corporate ladder as you have so quickly in your life?
Again, there's no substitute for hard work, and not it's tough when you ask me a question about what I did. It's tough for me to because again, right place, right time. Everything has to happen in my mind to do what the heck that I'm doing. Having an education out of here was huge. It was very helpful for all the experiences that I had. I'll answer it a different way. As you go through, treat people the way that you want to be treated. So as you think about it, don't treat people. If you want to be treated mean, then fine, go ahead and treat people in a mean way. If not, treat people with respect. That you want to go ahead and do that. As you go through it, never ask anybody to do something that you're not willing to do. So don't go ahead and say to somebody, hey, I want you to work late tonight because I'm going home. Take the leadership role. Say, okay, look, hey, I got to be here. Let's get this done. We'll get it done quicker. So again, never ask anybody to do something that you don't want to do. You know, communicate. Over-communicate. I hate emails. I got a rule in our company, if it's more than 25 words, you can't send it. You know, pick up the phone. Call somebody. This is a dying art of talking. You guys text, do whatever, you know, there's all these different acronyms now that are out there. Communicate with each other, because that is still going to be needed in this world. Don't hide behind these machines that we have. You know, that's important. You know, accept responsibility. You know, don't say, hey, they did it. You know, it wasn't me. They did it. Accept responsibility. You know, put it on your shoulders. You be the one. Hey, we missed it, my fault, we'll make it better. I can have any one of you work at my company today if I've got people that are just going to come in and say, hey, here's a problem. You know, my high school kids can do that. I need people to come through and say, hey, look, here's the problem, here's how we're going to solve it. Here's the 10 ways we're going to solve it. What do you think? Those are the things that you want to be around. You know, discuss, decide, support. It's something that Fred Smith from FedEx, I learned from him long ago. You know, you get in a room, discuss it, decide what you're going to do, and then support it, even though you might not be the thing that you want to see happen. Don't have any water cooler talk. Don't go outside at lunchtime and go, can you believe what they just did? Support it. You're a team. Work together as a team. Row in the same direction. And then reward performance. If it's a good job that somebody did, reward them. It may be monetarily. It may be with an attaboy, sending a nice email in that way to them. But just, you know, make sure that when people do something that's positive, reinforce it because it grows. You know, any of you who play sports or are involved in team, any type of team, big team, chess team, whatever it may be, you know when something good happens, you want to build upon it. You know, what I like being around in an environment is something where that happens. You know, and then you build upon it. So, I mean, look, my path, whatever I went down, going down is going down. But you know, those sort of principles of what are sort I think, as I think back as far as what did I do, and how did I get parachuted out of here. You know, my dad was paved roads for the New York City Highway Department, so he was out there on days like this putting asphalt in potholes. My mom stayed at home. She was what was back then was a homemaker. You know, never knew we didn't have anything. You know, we didn't have a car. Lived on Staten Island. Not having a car in that crazy borough is not easy.
Yeah,
But those things. So you can come from wherever you are. You can do things. I mean, that's probably, you know, something else too. As you go through it, just don't give up. You know, again, there's going to be 1,000 things thrown at you from all different sides. But you got to get through it. You got to fight through it. There's going to be things with help that are going to be either directly with you or with your family. Something. Life is not easy. If it was, we'd all be enjoying it every day. So, you know, that's sort of, you know, again, my words of wisdom for whatever they're worth. So I appreciate, again, you taking time out and doing what those guys are doing out there, hanging out, sitting out there. You gotta walk out and say, God, we just heard this unbelievable printing story. Look, I appreciate, I wish you all the best of luck, you know, in what you're going to do. Again, don't take for granted that you're here. This is a gift that you've gotten somehow, either for yourselves or for somebody else, to be here. Don't waste this gift, because it will matter to you as you come out of here and as you go ahead and do different things in life. Again, I wish you all the best, and thank you very much.